Today, the Chokeslam Wrestling Report, we're going to go through the WWE and they supposedly not a merger, but put both brands under one supervision of Bruce Pritchard. Paul Heyman is out, and also Vince McMahon not happy with NXT. We'll be talking about that and much more at the Chokeslam Wrestling Report. Welcome back, guys. This is the Ultimate One from New York City. I want to thank those people who have subscribed to my YouTube channel and to my audio podcast on Apple, Spotify, Pandora, and many other places that you can get your podcast. I know I've been out for a while, probably a couple of weeks. Hold on one second. I gotta get something in my throat. It's itching. But I wanted to bring this up today as far as what's been happening the last couple of days. Supposedly WWE announced that Bruce Pritchard will be the executive director for Raw and Smackdown, therefore taking out Paul Heyman out of the executive director spot. But was you surprised? I mean, this man, Paul Heyman, lasted this long. I am very surprised that he lasted this long. And what was his creativity? I love what he was doing. He was taking all these guys that were in the back of catering, Titus O'Neil's catering spot, and bringing them into the forefront to the TV. He had the Angel Garzas. He had the Humberto Carrillo, Apollo Cruz. He was trying to push Ricochet and Cedric Alexander. You don't see these guys anymore. You don't see them at all. Just fucking sad. He also was trying to push the Street Profits. He was pushing the younger talent. You know, I mean, the joke of the locker room was the catering crew was being pushed, which to my thing, they should have been pushing all these guys instead of having them in the back for the past year and a half, and then they let go all these wrestlers this past March. 40-something plus. They kept one, which now I had lost total respect for him. Drake Maverick, has he allowed the Twitter situation where he cried how he got let go. You allow WWE to use that to make a storyline on NXT, so then you still have a job. What about the other rest of the guys who got let go? You ain't better talent than any of those guys who got let go. But of course, like I said, Paul Heyman was pushing all these guys, and I was looking at the shows. Believe it or not, I don't watch Raw all the time, but I would look at some of the shows they had, and the shows were being booked good. Now, I'm not saying the show was great because the show still needs a lot of work, The Angel Garzas, they're pushing him for this heel run. The Austin Theory and Buddy Murphy. That's another guy, Buddy Murphy, that was brought in from SmackDown because he was in catering in the back doing nothing for months, and Paul Heyman was pushing him, and he's now with Seth Rollins. The problem, what I'm saying here is, what did Paul Heyman did wrong, and why does Vince McMahon decided to bring in one of his old lackeys that been with him, one of the guys who kissed ass to Mr. McMahon, a yes sir to Mr. McMahon, and you bring him in to take over Paul Heyman's creativity. Executive director, Bruce Pritchard does not have a better creative mind than Paul Heyman. There's no way in the world. And that shows me right there that Vince McMahon is taking it out on the wrong people. Okay? You produced a show with no fans in the beginning. They looked at horrible. You had nobody in the front. You had these guys pandering to the air because there were no fans. And you went and, kept on going. You didn't care what anybody said. You didn't care what your fan base said. You didn't care. You kept doing programming. You went as far as to pay the Florida governor, what was it, $1.8 million or $18 million to get essential rights so you could program and produce your shows. And that's what's back in April. We're in June going to July, and your show is still suffering. So you wouldn't decided, you figure, well, we're gonna In the beginning, they had the shows showing the people coming out of the locker room. Then they made the stage area like the Ring of Honor, which AEW kind of copied from Ring of Honor. So now AEW did it, now WWE did it. Then AEW decided to put the wrestlers around the area, the ring area, to make it more, with people, pushing the wrestlers to do better, whatever. Here comes Vince McMahon and does the same thing. But this time he puts trainees, and the trainees don't even have seats. They standing up for over 12 hours. They're getting treated like peasants. For what I heard is that they're not allowed to even be around the main roster. They got to eat outside. They bring their lunch. They got to eat outside. They can't eat from catering. What kind of shit is that? You know what I'm saying? And these are NXT trainees. And why are you calling them NXT trainees? You know what I'm saying? Are these the guys that probably, because I saw a couple of girls there that I think the girls that used to hang out with Shayna Baszler, they're also standing in the crowd. And they look, they're booing the bad guys and they're cheering the good guys. Oh, we're back in the 1980s? It's ridiculous. But I feel bad for them. And then there was word also, there was an announcement made through the speaker by Vince McMahon saying, hey, be more excited, be more, passionate about what's going on. Really? This is what is, I don't know how the WWE fans, and I had a discussion with somebody this week on Facebook where he said, oh, I look at the glass half full and I hope, this is what WWE is not perfect. Let me explain something. And I told him this exactly. With the amount of money that WWE has and the amount of talent that they have, they should be on top of the world. They shouldn't be worried about AEW. Ever since AEW popped out of the scene, they worried about them. They put NXT against AEW, which I'm going to get right now to it because that's another thing that's kind of worrying me about NXT. Now, NXT is and was and is the best show in the WWE 3 brands. They outshine Raw and SmackDown. And mind you that Raw and SmackDown has supposedly the main talent, the main rosters, the best superstars, right? But meanwhile, you got the Keith Lee, Dynamite Kovic, well, I think I call him still Dynamite Dijak. You got the Keith Lees, you got the Tommaso Ciampa, you got the Johnny Garganos, you have now Killer Cross. I'm still going to call it Killer Cross. I don't care what anybody says. So you got a bunch of young talent tagged in the Emporium, Walter. You got a whole lot of talent there when it's booked by William Regal and Triple H. It is a show to watch. You know what I'm saying? It is a show to watch. I didn't get to see NXT TakeOver in your house. I still haven't had a chance of that. But what I'm seeing is McMahon on purpose, and many of you may agree with me, on purpose is systematically destroying NXT. The fact one time you brought Tommaso Ciampa up to the main roster and he got hurt and he was out for almost a year, goes to show you how much he cares about his talent. He doesn't care about NXT. Okay, I think this man, before he dies, he rather see WWE go to the freaking ground and burn to hell before he leaves it with anybody. NXT right now is not as great as it was, and now the word going around is that he wants to now make moves and changes in NXT. I thought this was Triple H's baby. I thought Triple H was the one running this. Why is McMahon putting his hand on that pie? You know what I'm saying? And I can see it already. He's going to bring up Velveteen Dreams. He's going to bring Keith Lee. At Velveteen Dream, he messed up. Velveteen Dream could have been a phenomenal add to the roster that you could have used in NXT and made him a world champion. But because of the situation he had with supposedly he's saying new pitches to these young girls, blah, blah, blah. We don't know the situation. But he could be brought up. Keith Lee could be brought up. I don't see Finn Balor coming out. They gave up on Finn Balor when they sent him to NXT. Balor, I could see him leaving very soon and probably head back to Japan. So is Adam Cole. Adam Cole's contract ends in August. And after what Road Dogg said in Corey Graves' podcast, that if Adam Cole was a little bigger, like Killer Cross-Eye, he would have been world champion by now. That goes to show you that you got these yes men, like idiots like Road Dogg, okay, WWE shields, who come and make stupid comments and whatnot. Well, when I heard this, and the first thing that came to my mind, I was like, first of all, Road Dogg, you ain't nothing but a Mick Carter. You was never gonna be nothing, hanging on to your father's name and your and your brother's legacy because you was nobody. And the only reason that you are in the Hall of Fame is because you was part of a tag team called DX or the New Age Outlaws, and you was good at the mic. Other than that, you was nothing. How you over here judging talent? You were Mick Carter. You was never to. If it was DX around, you would have been nobody. So that's a sad thing to see a guy like that, Road Dogg, talking crap. A very great way to boost morale in the locker. That I'm telling you right now. When I know for a fact that these locker rooms are not happy, and when you see people like Alexa Bliss, what else? The other girl, who was the other girl that was talking to crap? Better yet, like Braun Strowman and all these guys that come out to defend WWE. And Lacey Evans, that's another one. And Seth Rollins, all these people want to talk big shot on Twitter and talk nonsense. Like, for example, Lacey Evans got into it with Brian Cage talking about, some fan got talking about that Brian Cage stole Lacey Evans' moonsault. First of all, and I got to show you these trolls on Twitter. They think they know it all. If you're stuck in WWE world and you do not look at other wrestling promotions, you should sit down and shut the hell up because you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, Brian Cage's been in the wrestling world, the wrestling business for more than 4 or 5 years. Lacey Evans just started, and when you have these wrestlers from WWE talking garbage and Twitter talking about they do the moves better, first of all, they act like they invented the move. You didn't invent nothing. Y'all guys stole that from some other wrestler and use it and don't even know how to properly execute it, because Charlotte Flair is another one that does the moonsault and she does it horrible. So does Lacey Evans. Okay, so it's just nonsense. But to me, like I said, NXT is dying slowly because Vince McMahon is systematically destroying the brand because he doesn't want that brand to succeed. Okay, yet he puts it against AEW. And every week, AEW beats them. This week, AEW barely beat them by 3,000 votes or 4,000 not votes, audience. So they're neck to neck. But you can't blame nobody else but Vince McMahon, because I'm sure McMahon has his hand on the NXT brand, and he's going to put his hand on the NXT brand. He's going to mess it up. It's just sad that this brand, who's been around for 8 years, has some amazing takeovers, because NXT is like my favorite brand, and I'm not a big WWE fan like I used to because of all the nonsense that I've been seeing through this whole time. But for this to happen, it makes no sense. It makes no damn sense. Why McMahon is getting his hands in there when I thought, and everybody thought, that was Triple H, to do. Triple H, and they already demoted Triple H, and I don't know, the son-in-law who thought that he was gonna run the whole company. I don't see it happen. I see Mr. McMahon is out of touch, and the sad thing is you got fans out there who actually support this shit. You know what I'm saying? People who will go on the end of the fucking line to just get into arguing with you to prove a point, and their points don't make no damn sense. Tell you that much. It don't make no sense. Okay? Yo, support this garbage. You support the WWE shop and they product that has, I don't know what's been going on with the WWE shop, but the shirts look ugly. I just order an Ultimate Warrior mug and they send me the wrong shit. Okay, and who the hell wants to buy anything from there? What happened to the designers that used to do those logos on the shirts? They look horrible. And you know, and listen, I wish I could say something positive about WWE, and WWE has positive stuff. They do have positive stuff. I seen matches. I could bring up a couple of key things that I saw 2 weeks ago. There was a match between Apollo and Kevin Owens. Great match. They were going at it. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? And they mess it up by then sending Garza and Andrade to attack Owens and Apollo and then turn it to a tag team. Why? Same thing with the Charlotte versus Asuka, title versus title. That's before Charlotte lost the belt last weekend. They got a great match. And they ended with a count out from Asuka, and then Nia Jax interferes. And Nia Jax shouldn't even be wrestling to top it off. With that woman is just dangerous in the ring. But she's not going nowhere because like I told one of my boys from Turnbuckle Tablet, the Samoan conspiracy. Because I always say, when it comes to anybody who's Samoan heritage, they get a great push. And the Alpha Seeker must have something with McMahon because Nia Jax should be fired by now. Okay, and people are trying to blame it. Oh, it must have Kairi Sane the way she landed. No. She pushed her head first to that stairs and cracked her head open. There's no excuse for it. There's no excuse for it. You know? It's just them putting in Bruce Pritchard, like I said, that's not going to help the program. Who's Bruce Pritchard? Bruce Pritchard can't even take TNA Impact out of the gutter they was in when he was running it back a couple of years ago. They show got worse and worse. They almost went out of business. And you're going to put Bruce Pritchard as executive director of SmackDown and Raw? Raw has been garbage. And Bruce Pritchard, Brucey is going to go now and push the Seth Rollins. He's going to push the Charlottes. He's going to push the Nia Jax. And you're going to see Apollo. And you're going to see all the other guys that were being pushed, set it to the side. And then they're going to be pushing the Braun Strowman. They're going to be pushing, AJ Styles, of course, is going to get pushed. So you need to push him. But they're not going to push all these guys that have been pushed the last couple of weeks. Ricochet and Cedric Alexander. Well, Cedric, pack your bags. Ricochet, I don't feel sorry for. Ricochet, after what happened to him, he got demoted, whatever. He took a shot at fans. So, you know what? You deserve whatever's coming to you. Because, you have the balls to say that we shouldn't be complaining, but we're trying to support you because we feel that you're too talented to be used the way you've been used. You went and attacked us, as fans. So sometimes you deserve what you get for opening your mouth. But it is what it is. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. I think NXT is about to go down as going to be looking like Raw, SmackDown. And if McMahon thinks that he's going to keep putting that competition with AEW, he's going to keep losing every week. Okay, and I don't know why don't you just move, like my boy Jay from Turnbuckle Tablet, why don't you just move NXT to Thursday? Then we got wrestling all week. We got Monday Night Raw on Monday. Tuesday we got Impact. Wednesday we got AEW. Thursday we got NXT. And Friday we got SmackDown. What is so hard? You trying to compete with AEW for what? For what? I just don't get it. For what? You know what I'm saying? You're so hell-bent to bury AEW. You know what I'm saying? And that's why AEW take little pot shots. People get mad. Oh, they should take no pot shot at AEW. At WWE. Well, they take the pot shot. They do that on purpose. They do it because they know they're pushing the old man's button. And it's working. The old man is just going all over the place. Doing stupid moves. Making, you let your anger and your ego get in the way, you start making bad decisions. And WWE has been doing bad decisions since September. Since they decided to put NXT on USA and make them compete against AEW. That was the one mistake he did. All that money they spent to put WWE on Fox. And all they're trying to push Fox to, WWE. No, it's not working right now. It's not working, and I think that you give it up. That would be it, guys. I don't know what to say. I'm hoping that one day that Triple H takes over. If Triple H is to take over WWE, you'll see a whole different, because the man has that old school mentality, but then he sees the new things. He evolves. Let me put it that way. He has evolved in the business as much as he got in heat for, burying a lot of other wrestlers and this and this and that. The man is a genius. And Paul Heyman, what is he gonna do? They say he's gonna still stay on air character. What are they gonna bring Brock Lesnar back for? What? It's just sad. Bruce Pritchard is not the answer to the problem, and I feel that it's not gonna. This whole move about Bruce Pritchard taking over Raw and SmackDown, that's not gonna work. NXT is in trouble because I'm gonna tell you right now, they are gonna bring up. I'm be surprised to bring Johnny Gargano. They'll bring up actually, I don't think they'll bring Johnny Gargano, but I think they'll bring Velveteen Dream. They'll bring up Keith Lee, because those guys are big. Adam Cole, I don't know. I hope he leaves. I hope Adam Cole leaves after August. And if he wants to go to AEW, that's perfect, because his fiance is there, Britt Baker. So it would be great. But until then, guys, thank you very much. Support the podcast. Let me know what you guys think. Leave me a comment. Subscribe to the podcast, to the channel. Hit that notification bell for any new uploads that I put up. I don't really put up a lot of uploads like I used to. I only try to put uploads that are important for you guys, to like anything big in the wrestling business. So I'll try to bring that information to you guys. Until then, guys, also don't forget to listen to the Chokeslam Wrestling Report on the audio podcast on Google, Apple, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and any major platforms that you guys like listening to the podcast. I have two podcasts that I do, one on Sunday and one on Thursday. Thursday is the AEW review. I'll give you my thoughts and my feedback on the matches. Sunday is more of all the news and wrestling rumors and news that's going on. Sometimes I do interviews. You guys check it out. Just have, you're bored, check them out. Check out this YouTube channel. I got a bunch of stuff there. You guys can leave me your comments or whatever you want to do. So I appreciate it. Until then, guys, take care, be safe.